There's one thing he will never hide, your teachers. And for me, throughout my Christian walk, one thing I have gotten to appreciate is that teachers do not only come in form of people, they come in form of experiences, they come in form of different things, events in our lives. Just now when we were escorting my father and the Lord out, we had a very interesting experience with the man of God. He spoke of how my life is elevating, right? And when we pressed the elevator, he took us to the 16th floor and refused to come down. So in the book, what I try to communicate firstly is that you must acknowledge your teachers. And for some of you, this book will very well be your teacher. It will explain a lot to you. So take this as, regardless of the place you are at with God in life, he has given you information. And that information should bring you to a better place with God. Right? And then I go on to highlight that some people are confused in their spirits because a lot of people are wondering, is it God who spoke to me? I heard a voice telling me, or some people will say something told me to lock my room before I left. I didn't listen, so something was stolen. Some people will say, kamtima kenangu kaniuza ati isaikwele basi. Yeah, and the kamtima kenangu is usually the Lord.
John 4 and the verse of 24. God is spirit.
Yes.
And they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
Read that again.
God is spirit. He's a spirit.
God is a spirit.
And they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
So the first foundation is to understand that God is a spirit. The God we relate to is a spirit. And those who worship God must worship God in spirit and in truth. Isn't it interesting that Jesus Christ is specifying a location where people must worship God? Because he says, the Father seeketh such to worship him, those that will worship in spirit and in truth. Now, God is self-sufficient. Almost everywhere you read in the scriptures, God is sitting on his throne. I like to assume God is always sitting because he has no reason to stand up. He is never hungry. He is never thirsty. He does not need, if God wants to get up and collect something from there, the word will come out of him.